mind. Hi everyone! So, do I have lipstick on my teeth? It's always a concern. Today I'm going to be doing a highly requested video. Back about a year and a half ago, I got this requested a lot, and for some reason I kind of ignored it. Sorry. I don't know why that happened. Maybe I just forgot. Let's just like say that's what happened. But I remembered, and I also have some more stuff to show you in my piercings video. I love piercings personally. I think they're awesome and a good way to do something different and fun, and my parents have never been like restrictive about piercings. Obviously there's certain areas I personally am like, whoa, why would you want a piercing there? But I have very G-rated, very simple, very like beginners piercings. So I want to show you guys all of mine and also talk about my experience, the pain, all that stuff, because I know that's like very interesting. So I will get started. Obviously my first piercing was my lobe, my first hole, and I got that done when I was about, I don't know, like 8 or something, and I don't remember it even hurting. I think I got it done at Claire's, and I think I got it done with a gun, and it did not hurt. I remember there being like a little burning sensation. After that, it was like done, nothing, no problem. Out of a 10-point scale, I'd probably give like a 0.5. The second piercing that I got is my second hole in my lobe as well, and this one hurt a bit more than the first hole, but still, again, like nothing really painful. And again, I got it with a gun, and again I got it at Claire's, and I got it in grade 4, and I remember feeling like such a badass because no one had their second hole in grade 4 except for me, so I felt like I was like the cool kid in the class, although I wasn't. Let me point that one out, but it's okay. I thought I was. That was like where Emily's coolness like ended. Third piercing is my nose, and I do have a ring in it right now, but I originally had like the tiniest little baby stud. I got it pierced when I was about 14, and I remember I was in San Francisco, and for some reason I'd been wanting to get my nose pierced in San Francisco. I don't know why, that just like dawned on me that that's what I wanted. I remember going to one place and actually them telling me that they couldn't pierce me even though my parents were there. They wouldn't pierce me because I was too young, but then another place down the street did, so I don't know, was that like illegal or something? I'm not sure what happened there, but I went with it. It's actually a really good experience. I've always found with going to like these tattoo parlors and stuff, like everyone's so like rough and like, ooh, like look at all my tattoos and like all my piercings and stuff, and then there's like Emily wearing her like little floral dress, like pierce my nose, like that sort of is always how it is. The piercing on my nose was super expensive. I remember it being around $80. I did have a cork in my nose at one point though. I don't know what the purpose of that was, but I mean it was a good photograph. The cartilage in my nose is like very thin. I actually could flatten my nose, like this part down on my nose completely until I got it pierced. So it did not hurt me very much. I'd probably give it like a 3 out of 10. My fourth piercing that I got is my Helix Rim, or upper cartilage, whatever you want to call it, and I got it on my right ear. That was also a very positive experience for me. The guy who did it was amazing. Like, he was so thorough with sanitization. Is that a word? Let's make it one. And that was actually in Seattle. I got it done at Deep Roots. So if you are in the Seattle area and you want to get a piercing, I really recommend Deep Roots. I believe they have 2 locations, and they have amazing staff and lots of variety. It was a bit expensive. Again, I think it was around like 75 or 80. Again, it's a bit more expensive, but I guess because like for the weirder ones, they're a bit more pricey, and this one did hurt, maybe like a 5. I remember like the initial pain wasn't so bad, it was just a bit sharp, but then afterwards I had a lot of pain with it. I actually did develop a cyst around it because I got my hair cut like the day after, so I found that they were like touching, obviously it's like right in my hairline, so they kept like touching it, and it got pretty aggravated, and then I got a little cyst on it that did go away after like a couple weeks. I washed that one with salt water, as well as my nose I did with salt water, and so that one, like the care of the Helix Rim whatever was a bit more than the nose, and it was also a bit more tedious. Like, you think that something on your like actual face would be like more annoying to have to avoid, but like the ears are like the ones you don't even notice. You're like, whoa, just hurt my ear, ouch. The fifth piercing that I have in my most recent piercing is my tragus. And I've been wanting to get my tragus pierced for probably a year. As soon as I got my helix done, I was like, what piercing do I want next? And I got a ball instead of a ring because I have grad in a week and I don't want like a huge ring hanging out of my ear with my like big statement earrings, and I just, yeah. So I got that done in Canada. It was actually my first like kind of weirder piercing in Canada. And I got it done at just this like tiny little local tattoo shop. The people were so friendly. They actually stayed after hours for me, which was so awesome and kind and wonderful. And this was actually the cheapest piercing. It was, I think, around $60. Wasn't a lot at all, and the experience was awesome. The guy was amazing. Again, like completely like tattooed up, tons of piercings. Like he had this thing, I don't even know what it's called, pierced, and he was the nicest guy, and he was just like super soothing and just like really got me to calm down, even though I don't get too nervous about these things. But this one hurt a lot as well, and the hurt lasted because the needle, I'm not really sure what, I couldn't see obviously, but it was kind of like in and then you had to pull it out, and that pulling out bit was like, oh, like I wanted to gag, I wanted to like throw up, I wanted to like upchuck, but I didn't. I held it. I'd probably give this one like a 5 or 6. It was a little bit more painful piercings wise, but nothing to write home about. Mine did bleed a little bit. He said that mine barely bled for like most people. That concludes my piercings video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any more questions or cool piercing ideas for me, I would love to hear about them. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all soon.